Yeah, I felt this was a game where we really saw the best of him. And, he's a player who's obviously frustrated Dortmund fans for a while now. I think he's often a victim of almost being too useful in a number of ways. He's obviously very quick. He can score goals, he can create goals, he can run by players, he can run onto long balls. And I think there's always a temptation with Adeyemi to kind of play him out wide as a winger and just kind of think, right, well, he can beat his man, he can swing a ball in, and that's how he plays as a forward. But as we've seen under, numerous head coaches, I mean, Edin Terzic used to play him as a wing-back at times, especially in that Champions League campaign. And to be fair, he did an admirable job of it, but it wasn't the role that he was, brought to the club to play. I feel like since Kovač has came in, he's really managed to get the best out of Adeyemi because he's kind of put him back into that role as almost like a second striker. I did write about Adeyemi not that long ago. It was maybe the start of the season, maybe it was last season. And I went into the stats and looked at his numbers. And the conclusion I've really came to with Adeyemi is that he is a second striker. He's a player who has to kind of be latching onto loose balls in the box. And yes, he can run 60 yards faster just about any other player. And sure enough, he did that today against St. Pauli for the second goal. But I think what he is at his best is what he did for that first goal, which was, a cross comes into the box. St. Pauli don't defend it properly. It lands at the edge of the box. Adeyemi manages to get onto it. He uses that acceleration to get away from his defender and fire a shot. And the shot wasn't great. It's just, they're actually quite lucky that Giras was there to kind of latch onto it like all good strikers are. But it was that little kind of chink away from defender, which I think shows Adeyemi at his best. I was quite intrigued to kind of take a look at his stats after the game, actually, because what I thought was really telling was that, yes, he was tasked with playing it wide, but he was more or less playing as a second striker. And I had a quick check, and from what I can tell, he made 10 touches of the ball in the St. Pauli box throughout that game, which is the highest he's had in terms of touches in the one box all season. But also what's quite interesting is that if you kind of look at his touches in the penalty box or the opponent's box per game this season, when he was working under Sahin, he would routinely go games without touching the ball in the box at all. Full 90 minutes, not even in the box. Since Sahin's came in, 6 against Stuttgart, 6 against Sporting, okay, just 2 against Bochum, which is a game that no one played well in, 6 against Sporting again, 7 last week against Union, and by my count, 10 against St. Pauli today. So he's definitely played in a more kind of central role. He's played in the more kind of attacking role, and I think that's why Dortmund are getting the best out of him. And I really thought he was a difference maker in this game.